Peace. This is the enemy's public. I am Bro.Nasir. I just finished watching the movie Judas and the Black Messiah. Very good movie. It's a movie that is based on the life of Fred Hampton, but it was told from the perspective of William O'Neill, the informant, the snitch, who actually set up the Black Panther Party and, in particular, Fred Hampton. Now, William O'Neill, as you will see if you watch the movie in the beginning, was a two-bit hustler who walked into a pool hall with a fake badge and flashed the badge and targeted a young brother who had a nice vehicle. And he said the vehicle was reported stolen, and he took the brother's keys and drove off with the brother's vehicle. Immediately after that, the police pulled him over. Subsequently, he was charged, and he was going to do 2 years for the stolen vehicle and 5 years for impersonating a police officer, federal agent. Yet, instead of doing the time for the crime he committed, he obliged the FBI to set up Fred Hampton and the Black Panther Party. Now, Agent Roy Mitchell was the man assigned to the case. And he gave William O'Neill the assignment, and he gave him the instructions. William O'Neill went in to a few meetings, like they always do, like all snitches do, went to a few meetings, and then he became involved in the Panther Party. He was reporting back to Agent Roy Mitchell of the FBI. The first few times he went back, he said, they're not terrorists, they're terrorizing me. Through the vetting, that's what they were doing. They were vetting, watching him on a protracted period. And he basically told Roy Mitchell that they're not doing anything illegal, which is most case scenario. And when our people are not doing something illegal, they usually take the snitch and send the snitch in and have the snitch suggest that we do things illegal. So we must be mindful when someone who are in official capacity suggests that you do something that makes absolutely no sense, especially if it's illegal. We have to watch that person and be mindful, because he or she may be a snitch. We must be mindful of that. Now, our brother Fred Hampton ended up being arrested over some ice cream. And I think they sentenced him to 2 years over some ice cream, $70 worth of ice cream. This is a man who's out fighting for freedom, justice, and equality for all people. He was uniting all of the so-called gangs to commonality, to necessity, what we all needed, and the fact that we were all oppressed by the same wicked ass beast. Now, they saw that as a actual threat. The federal government see people united on a common cause as a threat. You don't have to do illegal activity to be criminalized. The federal government and their wicked tactics will criminalize you. When they went to assassinate our brother Fred Hampton, they walked up into the brother's home, shooting indiscriminate, not caring who they hit, including a pregnant woman. This was all done because O'Neal couldn't do 7 years for a crime he had committed. Instead, he criminalized and assisted in the assassination of our brother, Fred Hampton. Now, O'Neal gave the FBI and the Chicago police a diagram of where Fred and his woman would be sleeping that night. The wicked of it all. And the FBI hired a drug dealer to give Bill O'Neal drugs to knock Fred Hampton out, so he can be under the influence when the police came to assassinate him. Bill O'Neal wanted to know who the drug dealer was and was he an agent. He asked them repeatedly, "Who are you?" and "Show me a badge." The drug dealer pulled out the same fake badge that William O'Neal used to steal a car from a brother in the pool hall. Now, again, they went to assassinate our brother. They didn't go to arrest him. They went to assassinate him because Fred Hampton is not a criminal. He was a brother who fought for freedom, justice, and equality for all people. He united all so-called gangs to commonality. Now, during the Eyes on the Prize 2 interview, they asked William O'Neal what would he say to his son when asked about his part in the struggle. He said he'd say to his son, at least he had a point of view. At least he didn't sit around on the side doing nothing. Of course he didn't. He participated by snitching and setting our brother up. He said that he tell his son that he was a part of the struggle. He said that he would tell his son he wasn't an armchair revolutionary and he was dedicated. Who was he dedicated to? The federal government or to the Panther Party? Anyone who was around back then knows that William O'Neal was a snitch. He's a piece of trash. As a matter of fact, I'm disrespecting a piece of trash by calling him that. He's lower than that, but I try not to cuss on our channel. Now, he said he had the courage to put it on the line. William O'Neal was a paid informant who made, in today's equivalent, about $200,000. He said that he would let history speak for himself. Now, the interview, Eyes on the Prize 2 with William O'Neal, was aired on Martin Luther King Day. I believe it was 1980. Yes, was it 1980? It wasn't 1990. It was 1990, I believe. And that evening, he committed suicide. So they say. See, I don't believe anything that the government say, because the government will use you to your capacity. They'll use you up, and then they'll murder you. So that's why it doesn't pay to be a snitch. It doesn't pay to be an informant. It doesn't even pay to be a part of this establishment altogether, because they will use you up and they will murder you, or they'll drive you to suicide. But I don't believe he committed suicide. I believe that they murdered him, because that's what the federal government does. Overall, in its theatrics, it was a good movie that told a good story. So check out Judas and the Black Messiah unlike A Night in Miami and the other movie, American Skin was good, but A Night in Miami, trash. I wouldn't take that as a DVD. I wouldn't use A Night in Miami as a coaster, put it that way. But Judas and the Black Messiah was a good movie. Check it out. This is The Enemy's Public, and I am Brother Nasir. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment in the comment section. Peace.